Hey there, and welcome back. Today we're going to be, or right now we're going to be making our Irish lunch, twice baked potatoes. I have 3 potatoes here. And just what I did was just washed them off a bit, and then I put some of our olive oil. I just coated them in olive oil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them in the oven, put the oven at 400, and then I'm just going to leave them in the oven for about an hour. And in the meantime, we're going to make some of the other stuff. So, yeah, I'll just put them in the oven and then I'll see you in an hour. It's been about an hour. In the meantime, I've actually made the bacon and done a couple of things over there, which I will get to in a second. But we'll take the potatoes out. And they're very, very, very hot. So once we get that done, we then will turn the oven down to 350. Because then we're going to actually use it later. So don't turn it completely off, just put it to 350. Then, going to get a knife, and you want to cut these in half. I'm assuming most people have seen a baked potato. You sort of want that bowl of skin that we're going to use. So let me grab a fork. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm actually going to bring them all over. Put them over here, because this is where we're going to be doing most of the work with them. So let's head on over. Sorry if the camera's a little bit tilted. Let me see if I can try to fix that. Okay, it should be better. Probably not. Oh well, there we go. We're gonna rock a little. Okay, so now we're over here. What I've done is I've already heated up the bacon. I made about, what is this? This is 10 pieces of bacon, all in the microwave. Looks pretty good, smells pretty good. Nice and crispy. It's very stuck to the paper towels, so that'll be a problem. But oh well. There we go. There's our bacon. In here we have about a stick of butter, and then you just sort of cut it up so that it's finely sliced, because it'll sort of melt in a second. Then a half of a cup of whole milk, some sour cream, and some cheese. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to put about half of this thing of sour cream in with the butter. I know it may seem like a lot, but think about it. We're doing 6 of the baked potatoes essentially. Even though we only have 3, you cut them in half. You can do the math. Okay, so then I want to get this sour cream out because I'm going to be scooping the insides out of the potatoes. So let me move this over. So I'm just going to do this, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got all of the potato out of the potatoes. So I'm now just going to mix it up. And since you just took the potatoes out of the oven, the insides, of course, are very, very hot. So that'll help the butter to all melt. I don't know why I'm mixing it like this, but it's working. You definitely want to sort of get it all of the, there'll probably be some potatoes that are a little bit, chunkier. You definitely want to mix those all up, get it so that there aren't any more chunks. So yeah, just keep mixing. So once you have that all sort of mixed up, next we're going to be adding the bacon, the milk, and the cheese. And again, just mix this in. That way it'll sort of be a more of a, I don't want to say paste because that sounds kind of gross, just sort of a little more mushy. Now for the milk, I don't know if a half a cup was a little bit too much because it does seem a tiny bit watery right now, but hopefully that'll sort of go away once I add, the cheese and everything else. So you can go a little bit lighter on the milk, definitely. And with the bacon, you're going to want to crumble the bacon sort of into like bite-sized pieces. I know that they sell bacon that is in little baggies and it's bacon bites or something like that. Of course you can buy those. The raw bacon is actually cheaper than buying something like that. So yeah, that's basically all you have to do for it. So this is all mixed up. I'm now going to add the bacon. Okay, so now all the bacon is done and sort of just into bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to mix all that in. You really do want to get it into bite-sized pieces though, because if you don't, then first of all it'll sort of stick out of the potato by a little bit, and also when you're taking a bite, it might get a little bit awkward. That's all mixed in. There's really not much to that. And then the last thing we're going to do is add cheese. Now, the cheese, there's no really set amount. It's sort of based off of how much cheese you like in it, how much cheese you want in it. I'm going to, that was a fairly large chunk, so I think I'm going to be done there. I'm just going to sort of mix it in, see where it is. If it looks very cheesy, then I'll be done. If not, I might add a tiny bit more. So far, it's actually looking pretty good. And again, you can add some cheese at the very end, sort of on top. This is just for inside, so that when we stick it back in the oven, you'll have sort of a nice cheese inside of it. And remember, your oven is on 350. We're going to be using it for probably another 15-20 minutes just to crisp things up, because these shells here, they are actually pretty soft, and that will, the inner layer of potato that you sort of left in there, that'll add a little extra support as well as a little crispiness once you start crisping it. So that's about that. Really, you can add any of these ingredients afterwards. It's just nice to have them all in there before you start spooning stuff back in, because that way it'll get nice and warm with the potatoes when you put them back in, and that sort of stuff. And of course, you can add other ingredients. I know that green onions is a thing that people put in theirs. I thought that this was just sort of the best recipe for me and my family. But you can put green onions in there too. You also could put, I think, scallions. I think those would taste very good on top. I don't know about in. Actually, no, inside of it would be good. Okay, so now it's all back in there, and I'm going to put it in for about 15 to 20 more minutes, but I'm going to add some cheese on top because I think that'll be sort of a nice little finishing touch to it. Also, that way that cheese on top will crisp up with the cheese in the middle, gets sort of gooey, which I think will be great. And this is definitely the time to add any scallions if you happen to have any laying around. I don't, because I'm not that kind of person. That's okay. And also salt and pepper, I have that sitting over there. I could have added it into the mixture there. It's really not that big of a deal. You put salt and pepper on top of everything, so you can just put it on afterwards. It's not gonna, if you actually put it in before, the salt would sort of bring out some of the moisture of the potato, and that may evaporate. I don't want that to happen. I want them to actually be pretty moist. Okay, so let's put them back in. I'll set the timer for about 15 to 20 more minutes at 350, and then I'll get back to you. I think these are going to actually turn out really well. So I'll see you in 15 to 20 more minutes. It's been about 20 minutes now, and these look pretty done. Everything's crisp up. The cheese on top, like I thought, would be a little bit crispy, and it is. So they look really good. Just gonna close the oven. And yeah, that's how I make twice baked potatoes. I'm looking forward to eating these. They definitely smell great and they look great, and love potatoes and bacon and cheese and everything that's in it. So and of course you can add a couple more things on top if you want. You can add some more sour cream, cheese, whatever. So yeah, and I will see you for dinner. If you'd like to see the recipe, I have the entire recipe down in the bottom in the description, along with the ingredients and everything that you have to do to prepare it. Also, follow my Instagram at college_eats101. I have pictures of all the food and what each of the meals actually is. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.